Hey there, and here's another installment of the Optima Ultimate Street Car Challenge. So I took the My Shop Assist 2016 Ford Focus RS up from Dallas, 1,000 miles to go to Road America. So packed the dog in the tent and everything and headed on up there. And so new for this track event was our prototype set of the Vorshlag Motorsports camber plates. So we were able to get 4 degrees of camber and 6 degrees of caster, but we actually dialed it back to 3 degrees for the street tires. And so here's a look from underneath. You can see the slots in the camber plates. So it's actually underneath the perch, and it slides back and forth after you loosen the nuts. And then here's a picture of the whole assembly all together. So I've been really happy with the Bilstein coilovers. So the first event here is the Autocross, and I've got something really exciting for you. I'll point it out when we get going here, but so here's the start again. Launch the car, excellent spot for the Autocross, just a straight shot for the all-wheel drive cars. And there it is, left foot braking. So I'm really excited to announce I was finally able to do some left foot braking. This entire course was in second gear, and so just once I was in second, you could just use the left foot to brake the entire time. Had no problems whatsoever with the car, like kicking out a all-wheel drive mode or anything. I actually ran it in drift mode for this, and it was awesome. Oversteer is very manageable. The new camber plates really help the car turn in fast. Not nearly as much understeer, almost non-existent here. Just and pushed really hard into the corners a little bit. But yeah, tons of left foot braking, no problems whatsoever with the rear diff kicking out. So had a bunch of fun on the Autocross. Did fairly well in it overall for the weekend. And so here's a picture of Violet in the car at the Snap-on headquarters. This is where we met up before we drove to the track. So the Road America event is unique in that we do everything on one day, so it really packs it all in. So it's a test on the car and the driver as well to get all 3 events in one day. So here's the speed stop, again another launch. And so this after this event, I'm pretty sure I'm right around 40 launches overall for the car. I'll have to go back and do a final check, but this speed stop was tough because it was actually a 2-1 shift, and so it's very hard to get the car back into first, but it is possible. And then again, the brakes just absolutely fantastic on this car. This is the 8th track day that I've done in total, and still on the stock pads and stock fluid, so absolutely excellent brakes, and clutch really held up. And so now we're going to move on to the road course section. We did a short course just because we were doing the speed stop on the actual road course section, so we kind of cut the track in half. But this is where the camber plates really going to come into play here. So again, it helps a lot with the initial turn in. So the car used to push really bad, understeer really bad going into corners. You really had to be patient. Not nearly as bad anymore. So here's the start finish line for our shortened course. Wasn't able to use the Harry's lap timer just because we were trying to get data with the access port. So I was using that and then the cameras instead of just using the Harry's lap timer. But was able to compile the video. So this was a left foot brake turn here. This is in 3rd gear, and then again, it's kind of sorted down the hill here, still left foot braking, and then back onto the throttle, heading down the hill, accelerating very fast with gravity helping you out. So 4th gear down into 3rd. It's kind of cool. You can see the throttle blips here. And then coming into the big sweeper here, this again is a really fun turn. It's totally flat. So I was able to take it almost at 80. One time I did try to do it at 80 and it was just a little bit too much. Ended up drifting out of the corner. So had to slow it down a little bit, but back on the throttle full here. They set us into the kink to help slow the cars down a little bit, just to keep the speeds a little bit lower with some of the really high horsepower cars. And so this is what they call the back straightaway. So this is a 3rd, 4th, and then 5th full throttle. It's actually it's pretty nerve-wracking driving through this. The faster you go, the closer those walls get. And then the very end is about a 90-degree turn, and there's not a lot of runoff. They've got a little gravel trap within the walls right there, so it's pretty terrifying running into this. So now we're going back up the hill. Again, 3rd gear here. Tap left foot brake there, swing it back around to the left, and then they've got us in this really tight right-hander way down into 2nd to cut back through this little emergency lane here for the final checkered flag there. So overall, the car was absolutely excellent. Still noticed higher or climbing oil temps. And so for the next track event, we've got the Mishimoto oil cooler that we're going to be putting on and try to get some lower oil temperatures. So hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks a lot.